There and welcome everybody to the Multi-Million Dollar Agent Show. I'm your host, Rob Jacoman, and I'm joined today by my lovely co-host, Violet Rainwater, who is on fire today. She and I have talked earlier today, and she's got something really special in store for everybody. And I'm actually going to just turn it over to her right now to launch our show today. And we're super excited to bring enormous value to everybody who's watching and listening today.
That's right. Thank you, Rob. It's always a pleasure to be on with you and to be just sharing some of the most innovative ways that we are helping agents scale in this new workplace. So today we're going to talk about the number one tip. So the number one thing that you can do to convert more prospects into customers. And I wanted to start off today with a problem that is happening. And it's not just in the insurance space, it's actually a lot of sales professionals. And that is, so many of you are still selling like it's 1987. So many of you are still using those old school sales tactics that are so outdated. And so my question for you is, what are you doing different today than you were before COVID started? How are you communicating and connecting with your prospects differently? And if you really have to think about that, that means that there is room for improvement, friends. And so one of the things I want to give an example of old school tactics is really focusing on products and features, features and benefits. And an example of this is open up your LinkedIn messaging, open up your message box, and how many of those templates that do you get of people just telling you all the things that they can do for you, not even knowing if this is a problem for you or not. If you need this solution, friends, if you are one of those that are sending these 3 or 4 paragraphs on LinkedIn or on email and going straight for the features and benefits, I'm here to tell you that 1987 called. There is a much more effective way to connect in this new virtual workplace. What are your thoughts about that, Rob? Because I know you get those all the time.
I'm going to throw some humor in here. I actually pressed delete. When someone, and here's the thing. If you are not approaching me with the idea of finding out what's important for me and nurturing and building that relationship, then I'm literally just going to press delete. If you're going to just immediately try to tell me all the amazing things that you do and what year you founded your firm and all this, you, like you said, it's 1987. No one cares. Yeah. I hate to say it. I hate to burst everybody's bubble here. No one cares. What they care about is the value that you bring to the table, the problems that you can help them solve, and helping them achieve a specific goal and a specific outcome to get them where they want to go. And obviously the name of our show is basically the theme is building a multi-million dollar book of business. How you do that, and the theme of today's show is about converting those opportunities into actual clients and paying customers. So Violet, what's the number one thing right now? Let's start and just dumping massive value on our listeners.
Absolutely.
What is the number one thing?
Yeah, I love to bring in Donald Miller. He is really like the marketing genius, and he so gets it. And when I read his book, the Story Brand book, and I changed up my marketing, a lot of things changed for me. And his biggest thing is, and this is what the one thing is know the pain. No pain, no gain. You have to understand the pain, like deep, deep, deep pain of your prospects and your customers, and how you become the one to help them solve that pain and provide the solution. So I wanted to actually read a quick quote from Donald Miller when he states that identifying our customers' problems deepens their interest in the story we are telling, not the monologue of features and benefits, the story we are telling. The more we talk about the problems our customers experience, the more interested they will be in our solution. That is the one thing. Do you know the problem, the pain that you are solving, and do you talk about it with your prospects?
Yeah. You know what? Let's make this practical too, because if you are an agent, I will tell you this, the number one thing that a potential insured that you are courting and that you are building a relationship with, the number one thing that they have in their minds is, can this person help me solve my current pain? And if we're
Yeah.
going to make this practical, let's talk about some scenarios. If you are
Yeah.
selling personal lines, right? If you're a personalized agent or you're focused on the commercial side, let's talk about that. Ask, this is where I've been the most successful in my career, is when I learned this one thing from Dan Sullivan at Strategic Coach. The most powerful thing you can do is start off your conversation once you grab the attention of your prospect and you have their attention, you're sitting in front of them, you ask them this power question and you say it's something like this, and it's kind of a forward pacing concept. So let me ask you this, Violet. As we're sitting here today, let me ask you this: if we decided to do business today, and we both agreed, maybe 3 years, then 3 years from today, or maybe a year from today, what would have had to happen in order for you to feel like this has been a successful
Mm,
relationship?
I love that.
And what it does is, and it's number one, it does two things. Number one, it helps a decision maker think about what that looks like for them, right? It's
Yeah.
all about them. Number
Yes.
two is, if you just shut up and don't say another word and just
Yeah.
let them talk, let them do 80% of the talking. You do just a tiny little bit, and the talking that you do is asking questions, asking powerful questions, follow-up questions to, well, what does that mean to you? How does that impact your business?
Yep.
Tell me more about that. And what you're going
Exactly.
to do is you're going to get a flood. You are going to get literally everything you need, and by asking that one power question, everything you need to solve that person's pain and
And to
help them achieve
close,
their goals.
convert them.
And
Exactly.
because they're going to tell you what's on their mind is, I'm having this pain with, maybe it's a claims issue. They're having difficulty with claims management, or maybe they haven't talked to their agent in over a year or 9 months. And the only phone call they get is at renewal time when the agent's like, hey, it's time for your renewal. Just want to just give you a call and
Exactly.
let you know what
Gimme,
your
gimme, gimme, gimme.
yeah,
Yep.
what your numbers are. But you know what? I haven't talked to you all year to check in on you to see how you're doing. And
Yeah.
that's the other point I want to share with everybody today to make this practical is, one of the things that I always did is, as I specialized obviously in the commercial insurance area, and this doesn't matter whether you're commercial or personal lines. If you're a commercial lines agent, you need to, on that very first call, talk with them about your service plan and what you intend to do to help them achieve their goals this year. So maybe if it's a claims problem, you talk to them, hey, listen, we have a great team behind us who can help you manage your claims and maybe deal with that one messy problem that you have. Or maybe it's a safety or risk management problem. Hey, we've got a whole team of safety experts who can help you build a safety culture in your organization. Or whatever the pain point is, create your game plan and your
Based on
strategy
that.
around that, solving that major pain point. And maybe
Absolutely.
just focus on that initially. There might
Yeah.
be three or four different things, but just focus on that one major pain point, and I guarantee you, you will not even have to worry about closing the deal.
Yeah.
There won't be any of this, hard close or puppy dog
No.
close or all those stupid names that are out there. It will become a very natural thing for that insured to say, you know what, this is somebody who understands my pain,
Yes.
understands my business, which, Lilat, I know you want to talk about the niche marketing or finding your niche in the marketplace, and that's a critical piece too. But focus on them. It's what's important to them. They don't care about
Yeah.
your name. They don't care about how long you've been in business. Um,
Absolutely.
they don't care about any of that stuff. Fix their pain, solve their problem, help them achieve their goals. You will win every single time.
Yeah, because they're going to feel on a heart level that you get them, that you
Yes.
understand them. And that's really what today's consumer wants. So we always want to give you something that you can take this and implement it. And so, what I really want to encourage you guys to do for the week ahead is to complete a target market analysis. Most entrepreneurs and those of us that start businesses, this is a vital foundational step that we do. I don't see a lot of insurance professionals or financial service professionals doing a target market analysis to truly understand what the pain of their customer is. So for the week ahead, figure out who are your three ideal, you call them avatars, Rob.
Yep.
I know there's different names for them, but your
Hmm.
ideal customer and you could already work with them. Maybe you work in the engineering space if you focus on commercial. Even if you sell personal lines, maybe you work with a lot of attorneys. Really understand what is their pain, because the way that you're going to hook them is by getting to the heart of the pain, to the root of the pain. So you are then able to change your marketing. You're able to change like your social media content strategy, because you're going to be focusing on the pain and the solution. And as Donald Miller always says, this is not about you being the hero, because that's what I see in my inbox on LinkedIn. I see a lot of
Hmm.
people trying to be the hero when you don't even know what my problem is. How many messages do I get on a daily basis that I can help you with leads? If you knew me, you'd know that I don't have a lead problem. I have a time management problem. I have more
Yes.
leads than I know what to do with, because I partnered with Rob here for my lead
Yes.
gen. So all these people that are trying to get my attention, they don't even know what my problem is. And so this is a way for you to really be much more impactful. And there's so many tools online. Guys, go to the, University of YouTube or the University of Google and just look up what is a target market analysis, and really get clear on who you serve, what their problem is, and how you help them solve it. Because then you're being the guide. And as the guide, you're moving them away from the problem and moving them towards the solution. And that, when you start doing that in your marketing and in your sales efforts, everything changes, because then you're not selling anything. You're simply educating your prospect and your client, and you're taking their order. And
That's right.
that's how I like to roll in this new
100,
workplace.
100%. And you know what? The ones that specialize in specific markets, and I would encourage you, choose three target niche markets. So if you want to go after contractors, then become well educated on the contracting world. Know everything you possibly can about that world. Take extra classes. By the way, ICA has amazing classes. One class, and by the way, reach out to Barb. She's amazing. She
We'll
runs that
tag her
entire.
below.
We'll
Yeah.
tag her. She runs that entire department. Listen, they have courses, advanced courses on how to write complex construction risks. Take that course, educate yourself, learn that business, because then you then position yourself as an authority in those industries.
Yes.
You can have conversations with potential insureds, real decision makers. You can understand what keeps them up at night, what their pain points are. You can speak their language. And I'm telling you right now, you will gain so much respect and authority if you know that industry inside and out. Because I talked to too many agents where they're like, well, who's your target market? And they're like, I'll talk to anybody, I'll talk to any business. And I'm like, no, 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 you don't understand. You're going to be way more successful if you focus on a very
Yeah,
specific target market and serve them
absolutely.
at the highest level possible. And even subspecialize, even within contracting, there's artisan contractors, plumbers, become an expert in plumbers. And I'm telling you, you will dominate that marketplace and differentiate yourself from everybody else.
Absolutely. And, just to jump on that a little bit, piggyback on that, one of the great ways to really begin your target market analysis is ask your current customers if they're in that field that you want to get more prospects and customers from. Ask them, hey, before you started working with me, what was your biggest problem and how did I help you solve it? And
Yep.
get them to tell you. It's their words. It's not what you think. It's what your prospects are going to tell you. It's what your customers that you already serve, that already love you, and that you've already been their guide and taken them from their pain to where they want to be, right? Part of the solution. So just by asking those questions, you're going to really get a really great insight into who you serve. So friends, for the week ahead, remember, target market analysis, identify 3 specific segments. I love segmenting that you want to serve, even if you haven't done this, because I always say, if you stand for everybody, you stand for nobody.
That's
You
right.
know, I have people I know that they're like, I'll work with anyone. And those are the people that when I have someone in need, so let's say there's a marketing expert and they're like, I do everything with marketing. I never think of them about anything because they don't stand for one thing. Rob, you're lead gen. Like, I know you're my lead gen guy. That's what you do. You're
That's
the
right.
LinkedIn lead gen, creative and genius. And that's what you stand for. So friends, if you're going to do one thing, decide right here, what segment are you going to serve? And then do a deep dive and really understand the pain that they have and how you solve that pain and are the guide in their journey.
It's awesome. I mean, you said everything right there, Violet. And I think, you know what? Here's an awesome thing. We'd like to get your feedback.
Yeah.
We want to learn from our audience what is going to be the most valuable for you. So please comment, post your engage with our content and just, share your experiences, share what is most impactful and meaningful for you so that we know how to design our content around serving you and serving our audience, because you guys are everything to us. You matter more than anything, and we want to just continue to add value to this relationship. And always, every time we do a live, we want to be able to just pour on massive value and just love, and that's all we care about. We just want you to be
Yeah.
successful and build that multi-million-dollar book of business of your dreams.
Boom. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Make sure to come back next week where we're going to be giving you more tips and tools on how to build a multi-million-dollar book of business in this new modern workplace. You guys have a great week and thank you so much for
Thank
tuning
you.
in. If you're watching the replay, make sure you hashtag replay. Let us know where you're watching from and you guys have a great day.
Thanks, Violet. Take care, everybody.